beautiful souls, it's Tan here with an Astrology Midheaven video for you, and today we're doing the Capricorn Midheaven. So before you go ahead and watch this video, I would suggest that you watch the introduction video that I've made first, because in that video I explain kind of my own approach to the Midheaven, so it's got concepts and theories in there that I'm going to be applying in this video. So it just makes more sense to watch that one first. So I'm going to post a link up there and also in the description box below, so you can click on it and watch it. So if you have a Capricorn Midheaven, I call you the masterpiece. But before we jump right into the Midheaven, it is a good idea for us to examine your IC or your roots first, because without really a good awareness of your roots and what's pushing you forward, it would be kind of difficult to kind of achieve those Midheaven dreams and aspirations. So with a Capricorn Midheaven, you have Cancer on the IC. And I do have to say that Cancer on the IC and Capricorn at the Midheaven, this is exactly where these two signs are supposed to be. So your home life that you grew up in was highly Cancerian, and that's exactly what it should be. So your home life is exactly what a home should be. Of course, we're not kind of taking into account hard aspects and things, which is going to change that a little bit. This is just the Cancer IC. So you kind of were well taken care of, you had most of your physical and emotional needs met. However, and I feel like I always kind of emphasize the negative aspects of the IC more than the positive, even though there's very little negative aspects for the Cancer IC, but you know, it's, yes, it's the positive and negative aspects of the experiences of our childhood that we take in to build our character, but specifically it's kind of the traumas and the crises that we really find our aspirations. We find an evolution of a facet of the human collective psychology, and then we share that evolutionary journey with the world. So yes, even though your parents might have taken care of you, sorry guys, my speech is all weird today. So even though your parents might have taken care of you the way that parents should be taking care of their kids, and you had like an almost kind of perfect home life, and it helped you to feel, you know, confident and secure about going out there in the world and making your dreams come true. When you grew up, you might at times still feel attached to your family home, meaning that sometimes it might be hard for you to change any emotional habits that you've built that are holding you back from attaining your goals in life. For example, you know, it might be hard when you were younger, maybe your mother played an important role in making certain decisions in your life when it comes to school or friends or things like that, and then it might be that might be like your habit, and it might be hard for you to kind of take the decision making into your own hands when you grew up, because it might be difficult for you to get a grasp of the habitual patterns that is needed for someone to make decisions on their own. It might be hard for you to grasp the cognitive, you know, process that one needs to go through. So you might just prefer to just keep it the way that it was and just, you know, let the parental figure, the mother figure, continue making the decision. You know what I mean? This is just an example, but it's something like this. So you were conditioned as a child to think of family first. So you have a very sensitive, nurturing inner self to the point where you feel like you can't show that to the world. So you have to develop a tougher exterior shell to kind of protect that part of yourself. So going back to your family home and engaging with food and activities that you're familiar with, that's really going to anchor you and ground you. So if we go back to the midheaven tree, yay, I call this the midheaven tree. So comfort, family, home is the root of the Capricorn midheaven tree. As you build on these roots, as you get older, in your 20s or 30s, depending on each different Capricorn midheaven person, you build upwards to the trunk of the tree. You see, the midheaven is what you aspire to be in the world based on what you think is most important in life so that you can make a full contribution. That is the midheaven leaves and branches. You as a Capricorn midheaven can then see the importance of building your public image and your career life from the ground up, bit by bit, in order to gain the financial and in order to gain the security, right? Through both financial security and emotional security, and bring that back into the home. As a Capricorn midheaven, you know that nothing in life ever comes easy. And you wouldn't have it any other way, because you know that there is no discount for success. It's full price. Because that's the reality of the world, right? The most successful people never just get there in a day. They've built themselves up for years. But the thing is that you as a Capricorn midheaven had to kind of learn this the hard way. What I mean is that you as a Capricorn midheaven have a very soft and sensitive inner self. So when you go out there into the world, the world is harsh, there's corruption and there's competition, and people fight each other for money out there. As much as this is not in your nature at all, you kind of were forced to have to accept that the world is just this way. The career world is just this way. So Saturn is the planet of hard lessons, and Saturn rules Capricorn. So Saturn is going to bring setbacks after setbacks after setback for you, so that you as a Capricorn midheaven can really learn to build patience and discipline to get to the top. But most of all, Saturn wants you to change the emotional habits that you have taken from your childhood out there into the world, and it's blocking you from achieving. It wants you to change that. It wants you to change the habits and change your resistance to the change of the habits, because that is also a habit, right? If everything was easy, you'd never keep going higher and higher and higher. And Capricorn midheavens can go really high in the career world. I do have to say that there are a lot of Capricorn midheavens out there that are not able to overcome these setbacks because they're so innately, they just want peace and love, and they can't go through with the Saturn challenges, because they kind of just allow emotions to rule logic, and they allow pessimism to rule willpower, and they give up. There are ones that continue to resist change. I do have to say that Heathe Ledger had a Capricorn midheaven. As the midheaven also indicates your personal capabilities, with a Capricorn midheaven, you really have a drive like no other, but it's not like the Aries fast-paced, let's do it kind of a drive. It's very patient, calm, strategic, kind of a drive. It doesn't have to be ruthless, but sometimes it can be. You also have managerial capabilities, because you have Cancer on that IC, so you are intuitive about people. You really know how to assign the right task to certain people. On social media, Capricorn midheavens don't really post. They might even view social media, Instagram, Facebook, things like that, as just being silly and kind of ridiculous. But again, that could change depending on planets and things that might be there in the 10th house. To figure out what your true vocation is, I would suggest you see which sign and house Saturn is placed in. But if we're just looking at the Capricorn midheaven itself to indicate a vocation, I can't really give you a concrete answer, but just kind of the working environment that best suits you. With a Capricorn midheaven, you would do well, like I said, to be in a more managerial position, or maybe even to start your own business. You can do almost anything that you set your mind to, you just have to stick to it. When obstacles come your way, you just have to know that it's Saturn's way of testing you to see how badly you want to succeed. But remember that money or status is viewed as superficial by Saturn, because Saturn is, after all, very wise. He's like a grandfather clock. Ego traps you in the cycle of karma, and Saturn is here to end karma, hence ending the ego. Success to him has to be about giving to the world. When you feel kind of lost with your life purpose and not really sure what steps to take next, and we all feel that way sometimes, what you have to do is revert back to the Cancer IC to kind of regroup, recharge, and rejuvenate. So with this Cancer IC, what you need to do is go back home, whatever your definition of home is to you, so that you can have a place where you feel safe and secure and just relaxed, away from all the competition of the career world. And this will help you to build a stronger trunk for that midheaven tree. So this is going to sound quite morbid, but this is the ultimate representation of the midheaven. So on your deathbed, as a Capricorn midheaven, what you need to completely feel fulfilled on your deathbed is to know that you have passed this test that Saturn has been giving you throughout your whole public and career life. But not just passed, but that you have mastered, you've aced the test. All of these hardships that Saturn brings for you on your journey is merely a test of mastery. You know, can you master patience? Can you master financial dealings? Can you master management? This mastery is going to allow you to be a very influential authority figure for others, where when they come to you for any kind of advice, all you have to do is give them a candle and tell them to go ahead, and they'll be able to light their own path and go their own way. So that's my take on the Capricorn midheaven, a very, very interesting midheaven to have. If you like this kind of a content, then please subscribe. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next midheaven video. Bye!